What do you think of coaches or just people who, might get some advice from one person and then a little advice from another person, and they're following this person's business content and they're following that person's business podcast. And there's essentially 9 different people who have 9 different philosophies. You got the content creators, you have the cold DMers, you have the hire a videographer and make movie-like quality on a weekly basis. And this person might say like, I tried uploading on Instagram and that didn't work. And then I hired a videographer for like a week and a half and I didn't get any clients from that. And I cold DM'd like 13 people and no one signed up for just like going from one thing to another. Is that an effective strategy?
People watching the video right now can see Mike's face. Do you think that's an effective strategy? No, it's fucking worthless. Just like when you have a fitness client imagine you have a fitness client who, I'll give you, rather than imagine, I will outline a legitimate scenario. This hasn't happened yet, but like, this is how ridiculous it sounds. Let's say I have someone who signs up for my inner circle. Okay. They sign up for my inner circle and they start doing my workouts. And unbeknownst to both of us, they also hire you to do their workouts. And now this client is going between both of us being like, well, hey, so I'm doing your workouts, but I also hired another coach to also do my workouts. And so, Jordan, I see that you put sumo deadlifts in my program, but my other coach says that sumo deadlifts are a waste of time. So why am I doing this? And what should I do instead? And in my mind, I'm like, why the fuck did you just hire another coach to do your workouts when you already hired me to do your workouts? And this is what we see people doing with business all the time now. And these coaches are the first ones to make fun of clients who do stupid shit like that. But then they're hiring multiple business coaches, taking advice from multiple business coaches. And listen, it's one thing to take advice from people for free, like to follow different accounts and to get different ideas. That's fine. But when you hire someone, you should go all in on what that person does. Like when you hire someone to do your coaching, you should go, realistically, you don't have to unfollow other people, but stop taking the advice of other people. Just follow what that person says for at least 3 months straight, just what that person is telling you to do. And then if you want to hire someone else, go for it. That's totally fine. But hiring multiple people at the same time, you're inherently going to be getting mixed reviews. You're going to be getting mixed ideas, and they probably all work, but you're not giving any of them enough of a chance to see any of it work. So you're just going to end up spinning your wheels. So those are my thoughts, Mike. What are your thoughts on that, Michael?
The same thing, and we know this because we kind of riffed on it a little bit this morning when we were talking, but that is the kicker is there are so many different ways to get it done. There's so many ways to grow a business. There's so many ways to grow an online personal brand. There's so many ways to get new online coaching clients. It's committing to one and executing on it. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to say it doesn't matter which one. Like obviously you and I are much bigger fans of like a jab, 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 right hook method of helping as many people as possible for free. And then on the back end of that, it's like a slow burn business growth, but also you're doing the right thing in the short run that ends up being both the right thing and the most lucrative in the long run, rather than this, we can make you 10K in your first 3 weeks in the program kind of like hook. And then that person, has to cold DM 1,000 people a day or whatever it might be. That being said, they can all work, but you have to follow through with the one that you choose, and choose the one that makes the most sense for you, and then execute, and then blinders go on. And then I'm not letting other information get in and affect my strategy. I already have my strategy. I'm just doing.
It's very similar to our views on fitness, right? Where it's like, yeah, I think keto is stupid for the vast majority of people because most people aren't going to be able to sustain it. But if someone says to me like, hey, listen, I have been doing keto for 7 years and I've seen great results and I feel better and I don't crave carbs or want carbs and I feel great, then awesome. That's fantastic. I fully support that as long as you're healthy and happy and you can do it consistently. Same thing with business stuff. It's like everything works. The stuff that you and I talk about, I think the reason that you and I have a business together and this podcast together and do so much is because like our morals and our ethics align so much, and our tactics also align so much as a result of it. For example, you and I were talking the other day about how I'll never forget when we were sitting in your apartment in Manhattan, and we both realized that we both did the exact same thing with emails, where like we would go out of our way to send a personalized email to each individual who signed up for our email list. Before you and I knew each other, before we knew like anything, like this is in like 2012, we're like sending personalized emails to every single person who signs up for our email list. It's just like, it makes so much sense that we get along because we have the same values and morals and standards by which we hold ourselves for our business. Whereas there are other people in the industry who do very well, especially from a business perspective, but we don't agree with what they do. It doesn't feel right for us in the same way that keto doesn't feel right for me. And I still might be friends with people who do keto, but I'm not going to do it because it's not a good fit for me. So if the reality is this, if cold DMing 100 people a day doesn't sound like a good fit for you, then that's probably not a good fit for you. But if you hear, oh yeah, cold DM 100 people a day, I could do that, no problem. Like I would love to do that. Then go for it. That's fine. To me, that sounds fucking awful. And I would rather spend that time making free content that helps people than just cold DMing 100 people with the intent of trying to get a sale on the back end. But you have to find what works best for you. Like that's what it all boils down to. And when you hire multiple different people telling you to do multiple different things, it's all going to get convoluted and you're not going to know which one is quote unquote right. When in reality, it just all boils down to what suits you best.